How we doing, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Getting Gilly. And today we're getting a little bit of Star Trek, or is it Star Realms? What are we doing today? I guess we're doing a little bit of both. So of course I picked up Star Trek Star Realms. I like Star Realms, I like Star Trek. Figured let's get this played. Now, the base game doesn't have a solo mode, but of course I have all of Star Realms, so I've got the challenges or the bosses that I can use for solo mode. The Borg expansion does allow a solo mode, but of course you have one thing, you have that Borg mode. So I figured let's try to see how the challenges work with the base deck of Star Trek Star Realms, because of course these came in Frontier, which means there would be some more advanced cards in Frontier. Worst case scenario, this doesn't go well, or I feel like it's too weak. You can always mix them together. The only thing you'd have to do is if you care, I mean, it's really if you care, that the backs don't match, and you'd have to make some adjustments for the different factions. Basically just play colors. Don't worry about the faction names, faction symbols, all that stuff, that thematicness. Or you could always, I guess, do some proxies and make some custom art and make them the correct faction. Who knows? Either way, we're going to go ahead and flip over the camera and do a quick rundown of how this works. Mainly because I've already done a playthrough on the channel of Star Realms. So if you guys want to know how the challenge mode works, we did a co-op. Me and Audrey have done 2 of them so far. All right, so here we are. We are set up for a Star Trek Star Realms games. For some reason, I'm thinking because of how dark this mat is, my camera is trying to over ISO, and I didn't have a chance to fix that. So hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. Can't be any worse than my other playthrough where it was too dark. So we have to pick our battles. So I am playing with the gambits. These gambits are the same as the gambits in Star Realms. They come with the Borg expansion. So I'm going ahead and using them to try to give myself a little bit of an edge up. But we are playing against the Automatons because that seemed the most thematic. It's almost like the Borg. They're going to be assimilating as well. These dials do not come with the game. These are my dials from Star Realms. But basically, I guess we'll just go over what he does. So basically, the objective is to take him down from 30 to 0. All right. His authority is at 30. So on its turn, the boss plays the top card of the trade deck. Then if the total cost of the card it played is lower than the assimilation count, it plays the next card, and so forth and so on until it's finally higher than his assimilation count, and then we activate the cards. Unfortunately, on the back of this is where it says how to do it, so of course I had to make a copy of that. Bad design all the way around. You should never put the rule. I mean, I guess they don't care that you would flip this over, but like this is a lot of information that you're always going to need. So the boss never uses the trash ability or the scrap ability. If the boss could scrap a card in its hand or discard pile, it's weird that it mentions hand because the boss doesn't have an actual hand of cards. It's just the cards that we pull from the deck. Then we must put a scout or viper from our hand or discard pile on the top of our deck if possible. When the boss would scrap a card in the trade row, it always scraps the most expensive card. In the case of a tie, it scraps the tied closest card to the trade deck, which would be this one over here on the right. The boss has no hand, deck, or discard pile. If the boss is required to draw a card, it gains 3 attack instead. If a player would force the boss to discard a card, the player gains 3 attack instead. If a card would go to the boss's hand, deck, or discard pile, put it on top of the scrap heap instead. If a boss would gain trade, it gains that much combat. If the boss would acquire a card for free, it gains 6 combat instead. If the boss makes a player discard cards, each other player must also discard that number of cards. Well, there's one player, so it's just me. And if the boss has a choice of which resource to gain, it will choose combat, then authority, and then trade, which of course becomes combat as the third. So it does a lot of combat. So because it doesn't have a deck, it basically just combats a lot. I'm also not very happy with these sleeves. So I had a sleeve that I liked, and I can't get them anymore. So I went to another sleeve. I didn't care for it too much. I went to this sleeve, liked it, but now I'm seeing it and it's got lots of glare, and I don't like that. So, and I bought a big old box of them, and it's non-refundable. So hopefully it's just this particular game that's doing it. I don't, maybe it's getting some reflection because of that. Nah, who knows? Who knows what it's doing? Who knows what it's doing? And I did hear myself in the background, so I really hope the my YouTube was not playing in the sound there. I won't know until I come back. I don't think that. I think my Spotify, not Spotify, I think my music is just using my, they're going through different sound sources. I should say that. All right, so we are going to play on, let's play on intermediate. Or not intermediate. Let's play on, there's 3 levels. There's beginner where I get 3 rounds. Intermediate, I get to 2 rounds before. And if I'm playing intermediate, I start with 3 cards instead. I'm definitely not doing veteran, and I'm definitely not doing boss mode, the expert. All right, so I start with 3 cards. I get 2 rounds before they get to go. All right, so we have 3 recruit. So the Denab class Federation ship gives me 2 recruit and 4 healing or authority. If I play with another Federation. And then I've got the Romulan ship, 3 damage. Let's go with damage. I think damage is my best bet. All right. I can't remember. It's been a while. I can't remember Star Realms slides. Acquiring cards. Okay, when it leaves a row, you immediately place it. Okay. All right, so it just replaces. So it's weird that it gets rid of this right card then, if it's not sliding. All right, so that was my first turn. 1, 2, 3. We will do it again. So I have 1 attack and 2 recruit. So we'll go ahead and do the 1 attack. 29. We're on the board. And then we will do 2 recruit. I guess we'll stick with the Romulans because that's 2 recruit, 4 attack. You may scrap the card in trade row, and then if I play with another Romulan, I get another 2 attack. All right. All right, so that is my 2 turns. So I get 2 turns before they go, so now they're going to go. So we're going to turn the card in the 1. It is a 1. They have an automation of 0, so technically that's enough. So now the way this is going to work is there is an order of operation. There's only 1 card, so we're just going to do the card. So the target opponent does 2 damage to me. So that puts me down to 58. And then I discard a card, which I forgot to draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me double check. Can't remember if Star Realms is a hand. I think there's 12 cards, so I think it's a hand of 6. Most is 5. And that's the thing with all deck builders. Like, every single one of them wants to be slightly different sometimes. Starting hand. Okay, no, it is 5. So the first player starting hand's 3, and then you go back to 5. Ships. Draw phase. Main phase, discard phase. Where's the draw phase? Attacking phase. Draw phase. 5 cards. Yeah. Yeah. So 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So target opponent discards a card. So so I got 3 scout and 2 attack. I'll get rid of the scout chip. That's fine. All right. I probably should have just done this ambush right from the get-go. It's fine. He doesn't have a base out there. Whenever you, not your locations, are attacked, reduce it by 1. Ooh, I forgot I had that gambit out there. So that would actually be 59. 59. Right? We'll continue the process until the total cost of the cards is played, and then I think he discards that. Let's see here. I think he discards that. I pulled this up because for whatever reason, I threw away my Frontiers book, so I don't have the rules anymore. So I had to go find the PDF. I basically just need to print out these boss rules because I kept the new starter rule book, but it doesn't have all of the challenges in it. It only has the 2 challenges that came in that box. Dimensional Horror, Blob Assault. There we go, automations. All right. Boss uses available primary ability of a base. He doesn't have one. Boss uses an available ally ability. Doesn't have one. Boss uses a double ally ability. Okay, well, yeah, okay, so he's not. Boss attacks. So that's what he just did. Add 1 to the assimilation count. All right, so we do need to add 1 to the assimilation count. So we are currently at 1. So we're at 1 for the assimilation count. We'll put that right there. Right? But it doesn't say what he does with the card. I guess he discards it. I'm guessing. It doesn't say. Is that over here? I mean, he doesn't have a hand. Boss scraps a card to the trade row. Yeah, that's my assumption. He just it has to go there. I have to discard it somewhere. That's really the only place he can discard because he doesn't have a hand. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do the ambush. I mean, he doesn't have a base. Best bet to do that now. Get rid of another 8. And then we're going to attack for 2 more. So that takes him down to 19. All right. 2 recruit. So this would give us 4 authority, 2 recruit. If I play with another card, I'd get 4 attack. A base would be a good block because it would have to take this out. It's got 4 health before it hits me. So 2 or 2. And I can destroy it or scrap it for 5 attack. I could just get the Decora class, which will let me get some of the better cards. Let's just do that. Let's get the Decora class so we can get some better cards. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like I've done way too much damage to him already. This is going to be a little bit quicker than I thought it was. All right. So, draw a card. The cost is greater than his 1, so this is it. But he is now adding a star base to his thing. When he does recruit, draw a card. No. Gain trade, it gains that much combat instead. So it's going to do a combat of 3. And I imagine that stays out. Yeah. Boss uses an available primary ability of a base, which is 3. Yeah, it doesn't say he ever uses the secondary ability of the base. So he's only going to do the 3 attack. It gets reduced by 1, so it is 2. It's me at 57. That's it. So now I got to take that out before I can take him out. So now it's getting interesting because he got a base right on that first turn. And then he is at 2. All right, so we got our attack. We do get a double attack. We have 3 recruit. So 3 recruit, 3, I don't know what they call it, 3 trade. Guess we'll do... Let me see here. I don't remember if it refills immediately because the example kind of shows it refilling. Subtracts the cost from your trade pool, added to the discard pile. Whatever card leaves, replace it with the next. Okay, yeah. So it should always have 5. So let's hang on. What were these 2 cards? I'd have to scrap to get another 3. I don't want to do that. So let us get. So we don't spend all of ours. Let's do the 1 because at least I've got 3. That's fine. Let's see what we get out here. An 8. Definitely can't do an 8. So we're going to do the 2, which was my backup plan anyways. All right, we do get a Dominion ship in there now. All right, so that is my 3 trade. Now we're going to attack 5, 6, 7, 8. So 4, 5, 6. I got lots of attack. Now the question is it a pull? I always forget if it's a pull. Nope, acquiring. Where's attacking? Nope. Nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, here we go. Give you combat. Combat goes into a pull, which then you can use during your main phase combat. Okay, so it's just a pull. Okay, so it's the same as Marvel. Again, rusty. Gotta get the rust knocked off. All right. So we have a total of 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 13 attack, and I can scrap a card in the row. Let's scrap. I'm currently doing Romulan and Federation, so maybe we do scrap the Dominion ship. And we get another Dominion ship. We get a Jim Hadar attack ship. All right. So how much did I say I had? 5, 6, 7, plus 6, so 13. 13. So minus 6 gets rid of that. And then that gives us another 7 to him. There we go. All right. That's that. 1, 2. Oops. Discard those. All right, so now he is going to go. He's got an authority of 2. So again, right now he's only drawing like 1 card. It kind of seems weak. Because the value of the cost, right? I mean, unless I'm drawing like 1s, he's only drawing 1 card at a time. What do I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. All right. So, scout ship, raider. Wow, it's almost like a opening hand. Okay, so he's gonna go. 2 is to it's equal to. So it is equal to. It's 2 and 2, so that's fine. Okay, so he's going to attack for 3. And then I'm reducing it by 1, so 1, 2. I think me starting with 60 health was kind of unfair. Yeah. And then he goes up to 3. This was probably not the best die to do this with. I was wanting to use the extra. Yeah, that's a little bit cumbersome right now. Just going to switch to cubes. We're gonna switch to Borg cubes. They're not green, but there we go. We got 3 Borg cubes on there now. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4 recruit, 1 attack. So we'll do the 1 attack. Then 4 recruit. 4 trade. I guess we'll go ahead and get us a base. Why not? It's a base. All right. Not as an eventful turn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So he's at 3. 6 is still more than enough. Okay. So, boss uses an available ally ability. So that's 8. The boss uses an available double ally ability. He can't because he didn't have another card. The boss attacks. So it doesn't say he would use the third ability. This one has three abilities, so it doesn't say he'll use that ability. Yeah, it never use. Okay, that's the first step of the challenge rules. He won't use that. So he's going to just attack for 8. I reduce it by 1, so that is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm down to 48. 48. And we get another board cube. All right, now he's coming out swinging. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 1 attack. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recruit. So 1 attack. Gets him to 10. And then I get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm back up to 52 authority. And then when I say 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 recruit. That's 7. Why can't it be 6? Oh. All right, so once an entire game, I can mulligan the entire row. So I think I'm going to do that because nothing is 6, and I don't want to buy a bunch of those guys. So we're going to mulligan the entire row and get us a new row. All right, so that was my 1 mulligan for the game. Hopefully it was worth it. All right, so we do have the Defiant, which is 5. Defiant gives us 4 and 4. Draw a card. Base is 1 and 1, and if I scrap it, 3 damage. I'm not really going Klingon or Dominion, so I think we'll spend as much as we can. So we're going to go ahead and get the Defiant. All right, and then refill. Ah, there's a 6. Again, I don't know if I want to go with like 3 different factions. Your decks don't really work well when you go that much in most deck building games. So, all right. So let me draw first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why I'm drawing if I don't have any defense cards. All right. So 5 is greater than 4. So he's just going to put this out. He's going to do the ability. So 4. So he gets recruit or attack. If the boss has a choice, it will do combat, then authority. So it's going to do the combat of 2. I stop 1. So it puts me down to 51. And he gets another one. Ah, okay, this is where the acceleration starts happening. He's up to 5 now. So any card less than a 5, he's getting at least 2 cards now. All right, so we have... what do we have? It's 2 recruit, 3, 4 recruit, 1, 2, 4 recruit, and then I have that lots of attack again. So let's get our recruit out of the way first. So we have 4 recruit, and get a base for 3. Copy another ship you played this turn. Prototype Bird of Prey has that ship's faction in addition to Klingon. That would actually work, because he's just going to copy either my Federation or my Romulan ships. Okay. So now my attack, 5 gets rid of this. 5 gets rid of this, so that is there. Then we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can scrap something in a row. Let's go ahead and scrap this. What did I say? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 damage. It's going to drop him down to 2. All right. This maybe I shouldn't have played on. Maybe I'm better than I think. Maybe I should have played on normal. Yep. Maybe I should have played on normal. We'll see. I could be speaking too soon. This could basically all blow up in my face now. So 4. So he's going to have to play a second card. And another base. So he's got 2 bases out there now. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Yeah, 5 attack because he's got 2 of these bases. He's got an ally card. I think. The boss uses an available primary ability of a base. No, because that's just the primary ability of a base. That's a secondary ability. Boss uses an available double ally ability. That's not a double ally ability. Okay, so it's just these 2. So he's just doing 3 minus 1, so he's doing 2 damage. So 49. All right, now he has 2 bases I have to go through to get rid of that last 2. To get rid of the last 2 hit points or authority. I need, yeah, so what is he up to? 2, 4, he's up to 6. 2, 4, 6. I have to draw my cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, what do we got? Not a very good hand. I'll recruit. Well, I'm definitely not going to be doing any damage to him this round. Well, unless I scrap this, so I guess I'm not going to be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 trade. Should I just go get some bird of praise for attack? Because I could do these 2, and then at least I have a couple Klingons. They're the way they're going to let me scrap. I think I do, because I need to scrap cards. So that's 4, 5, 6. All right. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. So we need 6. There's 3. That's 1. There we go. So we are at 8. All right. So activate his bases. So again, 3 damage. So minus 1. So 2. 1, 2. And then he's going to activate the primary ability. Again, you should be adding all this up as a pool. I'm just doing it individually. So he's going to do 2, 6, 7, 8. And when he draws a card, it's another 3. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11 more. 11 more. So I've already reduced the 1, so that's a straight 11. So I'm down to 36. Well, that was a big turn, and he's getting another cube. And I've still got to get through both of those. So, yeah. So I do have another Federation, so I will get 4 back. So I'm back to 40. I could heal or do 4 damage. So 4 damage to get rid of... Let's get rid of this one. Because that one did more damage than this one. I really don't care about that one. That's 1, 3, 4, 5 recruit. Or 5 trade. I keep saying recruit. 5 trade. Let's do 3. And I guess we'll do him 4, 5. Yep. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, there's our. That's our attack. Well, yeah, it's a pretty good attack hand. I wish I would have gotten the other one of this though. That'll be enough though, because see, I need 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, or 5, 6. So I've got enough to do it. I just don't know what he's about to do to me. All right, so we have 1, 2. We need 7. That's 2. That's oh, and he put out another base. So that's his 7, but he did put out another base. And I have to defeat this base before this one. So he's doing 2. Doesn't get his ally ability. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Reduced by 1, so that's 4. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So it puts me at 36. Dang it. Thought I had him on this turn, but now that extra base screwed me up. And he gets another cube. So he's at 8 now. All right. Although, oh wait a minute, I get to copy another card. Oh, I might still have it. So 1, 2, 7. Copy another card. I'm going to copy this, and it also counts as a Romulan now. So that's 5, 10, 5, 10, 14, 15, 16. Is that enough? 10. Yep, that's it. That's enough. So that's 10 to get rid of both of the bases. And then still had some leftovers. There we go. That is that. That took like 30 minutes. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if this is considered one of the easier ones or not, but I guess that's it. That's our lunchtime stream. Like I said, I will be doing the other one. So where is my final thoughts? First impressions. Here we go. So final thoughts, first impressions. So this is for specifically the Star Trek components. Because again, I have some components, the wheels and all that stuff are for my Star Realms, right, collection. So the first thing are the cards. The cards are good quality. They're nice quality. Nice thick cards. I got them sleeved right. I like this design is kind of nice. It's kind of more the modern style design. This is more next generation graphics. That's one thing that probably could be a turnoff for some people, is it does use stills from the show. Some of them are pretty good, nice and clear, crisp stills. And then some of them, and it's actually down here on the board, which has made me, I was thinking of another card, one of the Gambit cards, are very out of focus, fuzzy, like they had to like zoom in to find a particular shot because they only went with ships. They didn't go with any of the captains or any of that stuff. In the Gambit, some of the Gambits are people, right? Because it's say the Ferengi or whatever, so where it's that kind of thing. Lucita's not happy right now. But yeah, so that's kind of not so great. Also, again, because the backs are different, because the style of the graphics is different. If you want to combine it with your Star Realms, you have to either just accept that you may see that a Star Trek card is coming up instead of a Star Realms card. Shouldn't make that big of a difference, right? Or that when you're playing, right, you're going to have different. Now, the key thing with the Star Trek is you wouldn't need to combine this with a core set, because these are the exact same cards in the core set. So it would basically be if you want to add some of the promos or expansions, use the commanders or the commander decks, right? Or the hero decks, whatever they're called, right? The asymmetric decks. So that kind of goes to the next thing is, this doesn't have asymmetric decks, right? They didn't give us like a Picard deck or a Klingon leader deck or something like that. So it would be a nice expansion. I don't know how well this is doing overall. So I don't know if UVS games will make more content for it, right? So components are good. The only other gripe I have, they come with a bunch of little tokens, which are fine. They're going to serve the purpose for most people. I didn't use them. Now I'm thinking for like the automations, I could have used them. I didn't think about that. But that's how you track your authority and damage and that kind of stuff. Which again, I forgot to grab anything to track damage. So maybe I do need to keep those tokens. I think normally I use dice and I didn't grab those. But the other thing is the player board. It is a cheap little player board. It's just a little cardboard fold up player board. It's not a nice thick player board. And I feel like that's a disservice as well, because it makes the game feel cheap And I don't know how long that's going to last with folding and unfolding it from the box. I, of course, or if you have Star Realms and you have a player mat or you have a player board, you can use that instead. And I probably will. But I wanted to use these for the playthrough just so you guys could see them. Next to the mechanics are the exact same. So I like the mechanics of Star Realm. That works very well. In the Star Trek theme, we go down to the theme. It works in this world. I mean, that's kind of probably what a lot of people kind of treated Star Realms as, is, you know, a bunch of different groups, you know, and alliances and forming a federation, right? And it kind of thematically works in that realm. I mean, if you look at the automatons, the automatons are very similar to what you're thinking with Borg, right? Because they're assimilating other people. So it probably does play a good homage to Star Trek. So this is a natural fit for theming. Difficulty. Again, I mean, I really can't talk about difficulty of this because it's the same as Star Realms. It is a lightweight deck builder. It would be easy to get into. I don't think it would be overly complex. The complexity, at least in this playthrough, was knowing when and how to make the challenge work. And remember, the challenge isn't part of standard Star Realms, right? So it's not part of standard Star Trek Star Realms. So therefore, this would be an on-you situation where you pick up frontiers, and therefore you'd be able to play that. But the base game as a versus type game, very simple to get into, probably very easy to teach. Fun at 2, fun at solo. This is solo because I played by myself. I know it's fun in 2. Me and Audrey have played it at 2. We played the co-op scenarios in 2. We've never played versus, or if we did it offline. But yeah, I enjoy it. If I didn't enjoy it, I wouldn't have a big old box back there full of Star Realms stuff. And the last thing is theme. Like I mentioned earlier, the theming works very well for Star Trek in this system, right? Because you have a bunch of alliances. Where the theming could fall apart is, why are you recruiting Klingons and Dominion and Romulans when you're supposed to be enemies with them? The way I'm currently playing, it makes sense, right? Because I'm going up against the big bad that's threatening everybody, right? The entire quadrant or whatever. But in a versus game, it really doesn't, that theme kind of falls apart a little bit. And like I said, normally though, you do only want to stick with 2 factions. So if one person was like, okay, I'm going to pick up the Federation and the Klingons, and the other person's like, okay, I'm going to pick up the Dominion and the Romulans, then you kind of get that thematicness back. But there is a possibility, like I did with the Klingon card. I picked up the Klingon card because it duplicated any other faction's card. So now I've got that mismatch of Romulans, Federation, and Klingons. Again, for me, it was fine because I was going up against a boss. But that's you. You determine if that theme works for you or not. I guess technically that theme even persists in that disconnect with regular Star Realms too, right? Because you have 4 factions. Some of them don't get along. Anyway, guys, that is Star Realms, Star Trek, Star Realms. We'll be playing the Borg expansion on Thursday's lunchtime stream. So if you want to see that, go click the notify me button over there. If you want to see more content on this, Star Realms or Star Trek Star Realms, leave a comment down below with what you would like to see me play. I do have the campaign, the Legacy campaign, but that's 2 players, so I'd kind of have to play against myself if you guys want to see that on the stream. Or I could see if Audrey wants to come on the stream. Either way, like, subscribe, bell notification, you know, all that YouTube stuff. Till next time, guys. Peace.